What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is COD Espresso, and welcome back to another episode of 5 Things That Changed here. This one, we're going to be taking a look at 5 things that did not make it over into the final build of the game, as with last time. And before we get too far into it, I just want to say thank you so much for the absolutely incredible support on last week's episode here. We were just under 400 likes on that video, and that's something that doesn't really ever happen here on my channel. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see more stuff like this, more 5 Things type of videos, drop a like down below here. We're going to be keeping this up, I think, as a weekly series. Maybe not just as the 5 things that changed, because, well, we're running out of things that have changed from the final build, but nonetheless, we got some absolutely cool ones here, I think, here for you guys today. And with that said, let's just jump right into it. So the first one, let's talk about hit markers. This one, actually, a couple of you guys pointed us out, I think the first episode that we did of this, back in the beta. If you watch some of the gameplay here of that, you'll see that hit markers were really all just gray and silver, but they were hit markers nonetheless. Every time one of your shots connected, you'd get the icons that clicked up after every single shot. However, in the final build, it's just a tad different than what it was in the beta. Hit markers don't stay silver or gray, however you want to look at it here, the entire time through. In the final build, hit markers are actually only that color up until the final shot, which is the kill shot, to which the hit markers are defined in an orangish red, similar to that of the Black Ops 3 logo. So the kill shot is that of a different color, defining which one actually was the lethal shot. Now this one I didn't really ever even notice up until I watched some more Black Ops beta gameplay of this, but it's a cool feature, I think, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the same way in Advanced Warfare, which once again I did enjoy. But nonetheless, let's move on to the second thing here today. This one we're going to be talking about a specific icon, that being a flag icon in CTF. For those that don't know, if you have the flag, you have an icon right next to the bottom right of your HUD, right by your ammo counter in Capture the Flag. But in the alpha builds here with this one, it was not the same color. It was a purple color rather than what it is currently, which is a blue. That's something that is one of those slight aesthetic changes that many people might not notice, and honestly, I didn't notice it up until I was watching a lot of pre-alpha and alpha build stuff here, going back months and months ago here, trying to dig up some stuff here for it. But it's something very cool, I think, very minute, but a cool change nonetheless. The purple didn't really quite fit my personal preference, but that's all just me. Talking about in-game stuff as well, though, here, back in the alpha phases of this, the medals were very drab and lifeless. They were all just a silver and colorless kind of design to them. If you guys have played Black Ops 3 at any point in time during its lifespan, you'll know that the medals are actually quite colorful. They have a lot more color to them. They have a lot more orange, red, and silver mixed within, but the alpha builds of Black Ops 3 were all basically just silver and white with very, very slight touches of red and yellow within that. And honestly, I did not like the way that those looked. I saw some early footage back before the beta, and I'm like, kind of on the fence here with this one. But whenever you actually go back and look at it where it was before what we have now, it definitely is a massive change, a huge world of a difference that honestly, I am so glad that the medals that we have now are what they are like at this point. So that is another one that did change here. That is the number 3 thing. But number 4, I think, is one that a lot of people really don't understand to this day why it's not in, myself included. I don't understand why it's not in, but it was added in as a little tease in one of the specialist showcase videos back right before the beta went live. They were prepping everybody to see what they could play with and what they could expect, and they did these videos, 4 of them I believe to be exact, with 2 specialists each, and within the one there was actually an online counter. Now obviously these numbers were artificial here because at this point in time there were not 48,000 people online whenever the beta was not even live at this point, but for a very brief second there was an online counter in this video, and it's one of those things that has been in a lot of Call of Duties previously. It was not in Advanced Warfare, and a lot of people really wondered why, but a lot of people chalked it up to kind of damage control, that there's not a lot of people playing the current game, but that is not exactly the case, at least from sales records, from online records, things like that. It's not because of that, but it's something other than that that we don't have disclosed to the public as to why it's not actually in there. And the fact that it was teased and it was supposedly coming to the game is one of those things that's like, why was it changed up? So that one we might not ever know the exact reasoning as to why, but it's the number 4 thing that changed here today. Now the last one that we have for you guys, I think is one that maybe a lot of you guys forget, maybe some of you guys remember, but I think it's awesome nonetheless. Now, to paint a little bit of backstory here for this one, the specialists were sent out to the public in a timed manner, meaning we got some specialists revealed, then a couple more later, and a couple more later, and up until right in the beta, we had 8 of the 9 current specialists revealed to us. We knew all of them, all of their weapons, their abilities, their identities, stuff like that, but there was still that one that was held off until a little bit later to be revealed, and up until the beta, everybody wanted to know what it was. Well, we didn't have any idea as to what it was up until the PC beta dropped, and then there was a bunch of people on the PC that started to have some fun with the game code, pulling some stuff, but they pulled up what was the 9th specialist weapon, and as we know currently that is Firebreak with his weapon, the Purifier, but back then it was actually pretty different. They pulled the Purifier up, and the image on screen right now is the only remaining image that I can find here of this that actually is an accurate representation of it, but as you can see, that's clearly not the Purifier that we know as of right now. And honestly, I think it looks a lot cooler like this one, the one that was in the beta game code, with an all-red body and a hooking grip like a chain gun. But honestly, this is what it looked like previously. It's a pretty massive change, if you ask me, from what it was to what it is currently, but I think this one's very cool nonetheless. So that is gonna wrap up this 5 more things that changed episode here with this one. Drop a like down below if you did enjoy. Had a lot of fun making this one, so hopefully you guys do enjoy this one. Leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Which of these 5 changes are your favorites? Which you guys most happy about? Which ones do you think should have been kept the same way? I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Once again, I'm gonna try and keep doing the 5 things each week as a weekly series, but it might bleed over into some other topics because we're honestly running out of things that have changed since the beta and alpha phases until the current build. So if that's the case, we're still gonna be doing some cool things like this, but nonetheless, it might change up just ever so slightly. But drop a like down below if you did enjoy, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 40,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help and is, of course, greatly appreciated. But my name's been Nikolai Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.